Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Reggie here, back with you for another video. Welcome back to the House of Animation, where we have discussions and reviews about our favorite anime and cartoons. And for today's video, we're gonna be discussing quite literally the best cartoon series, in my opinion, out on Netflix right now. The next installment of the current Castlevania series, Castlevania Nocturne. But more specifically, my favorite and in my opinion, the most interesting character of Castlevania Nocturne, Drolta. We're gonna be discussing Drolta's story and really faith, and how unchecked devotion and faith can not only distort the image of who you are, but also distort the image of what you're trying to represent. But before we get into that, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like this type of content, and make sure to hit that noti bell so you know when we drop more videos. So with that, let's drop the intro. So like I said in the intro, Castlevania Nocturne is a fucking great story. I love the new characters and the returning characters for season 2. Alucard showing up at the end of season 1 was fucking dope, and he's even better in season 2. But even with all of the great characters, again, the most interesting one to me for season 2 is Drolta. I think her design is great, her fight scenes are even better, but the most unique aspect of her to me is her motivations and the path that she goes through throughout the story. See, Drolta's faith in her god, her devotion to her deity, corrupted her and turned her into the very thing that her god would despise the most. That is the interesting part of her story, because it shows how people will commit acts of terror in the name of their god. She is an example of how faith can destroy the core of who you are and what you believe in. When Drolta was a human, she was a priestess, a healer who devoted her life to her god Sekhmet, who is the goddess of healing, justice, and war. Drolta loved and was devoted to her god Sekhmet. She prayed to her for strength every day and took care of her tomb and her people as a priestess.
I pledge to deliver healing and justice to your people. Give me the strength to serve them. In your name, beloved Sekhmet.
Until one day, her entire people were killed by a bunch of vampires, and her god, the one that she was devoted to, was stolen from right under her nose. Drolta was so angry and saddened by what happened, she wanted to become stronger. She wanted to be able to serve her god, so she killed the vampire that killed all of her people just to become one.
For every suffering, a wisdom is gained.
See, like I said earlier, Sekhmet is the Egyptian goddess of healing and war. And as Drolta speaks about her in the beginning, you hear her talk more about the healing and justice.
I pledge to deliver healing and justice to your people.
But slowly, you start to see the subtlety of Drolta's mentality change as she starts to refer to her god more as the god of war and less as that god of healing.
You're not strong enough. You're a feeble woman serving a feeble goddess. A goddess merely of healing.
Sekhmet isn't only a goddess of healing. She is also a goddess of war.
Drolta is a very old vampire. She spends hundreds of years serving her god, turning people into vampires, trying to find somebody strong enough to embody her god.
Come, Sekhmet. Come, ceaseless night. Fill our hearts with joy. Can you feel her? Can you feel the goddess in you?
But throughout the hundreds of years that Drolta's, I guess you can say, serving her god, I feel like she subconsciously changed the image of the god which she wanted to represent. Where she once referred to her as that god of healing, she only refers to her as a god of vengeance, as a god of war. Drolta's devotion, or I guess you could say obsession, to her god made her do horrible things, perverted the image of the god that she wanted to protect, because she now looks for someone who's evil and confuses that evil for strength to be able to embody her new god. And the question that you could ask yourself is, why not find somebody good and use that same goodness as strength to embody her new god?
Old gods everywhere are being forgotten or misused by worshippers, by priestesses, by vampires. Corrupted souls are causing chaos across the realms.
It seems to me that Drolta's doing the thing that a lot of people do with their gods. They highlight aspects that they want, the aspects that they feel like give them strength, and then downplay the aspects that they don't want, or the aspects that they view as weak. See, in my opinion, the image that Drolta had of her god changed the day that those vampires massacred all of her people. And the reason why that image changed after was because she changed. History is often filled with people who try to justify their actions in the names of their gods. You'll find hundreds and hundreds of repetitive stories of people doing horrible things in the name of God, in the name of faith. These people will preach over and over about how God says you should punish the evil, but then downplay the aspect where he talks about forgiveness, where he talks about second chances. And these are the very same actions that Drolta goes through as well. In the process of serving her god, Drolta defiles her god's remains, knocked the world into unbalance, and corrupted the image and name of her god throughout hundreds of years. She hurts and defiles the very deity that she was obligated to protect. She lost faith in her god, her god's true purpose, and shaped that image into something that she wanted.
I wandered the earth for 1,000 years seeking a vessel. And then I found you, the perfect human monster. For nearly 200 more, I prepared you for your destiny.
In the end, Drolta chose to take that power for herself, to become her own god. So after all that time, after all those years of servitude, she was trying to make a new god with Erzsebet, but then decided that she lost faith in her too.
I am Sekhmet. You are my servant. Obey me.
You are not Sekhmet. You are nothing.
This power belongs to me.
It's always belonged to me.
And when she finally came face to face with the real Sekhmet, the goddess that she was protecting, the goddess that she was devoted to, the goddess that she did all of these horrible things for, that god could barely even look at her. The goddess tells her to her face how sad she feels about what she has become and what she's done to herself.
I did this for you. All of this. I did it for you.
Made yourself into this unclean thing. Filled my temple with atrocities. Fed my soul to a disgusting walking corpse.
And the saddest part is, she really thought this is what her god wanted.
I thought it was what you wanted. I thought it was what you wanted.
It is time to balance the scales.
I thought it was what you wanted.
Drolta's story is a sad one to me because I truly feel that faith is one of, if not the strongest motivator that humans have in this world. It can be used to give someone strength, or to be used as a battle cry to destroy civilizations. But it's sad because history is filled with people who do the wrong things for what they believe is the right reasons. And in the end, all they did was just lose their way. They lost the image of their god, and they also lost their image of themselves. And that's what makes Castlevania such a great cartoon to me. To be able to put that characterization into someone, to be able to put that nuance into a person, now that is great fucking writing. So comment below and let me know what you think of Castlevania Nocturne Season 2. Do you like the characters in the show? What are you excited for Season 3 and for all the upcoming things that's happening there? Comment below and let me know. But with that, I got nothing left for this video. So, peace.